Hey guys, I'm Walter Days, and today's video it's on the Wallabies versus the Springboks in round 4 of the Rugby Championship. So of course the Wallabies got the upper hand against the Springboks last week, defeating them 28 points to 26, I believe. And yeah, what a game that was. I mean, Quade Cooper was brilliant throughout the whole game. He really controlled that match, obviously on his return towards the Wallabies. And yeah, credit to him. He was just brilliant for them. But hopefully we'll see a blockbuster Springbok side come back in it. Obviously trying to get the revenge against the Wallabies within this week's game in round 4. So yeah, it should be pretty exciting. Of course, I'll go over the lineups right now. So of course we'll start off with the Wallabies. So here is the Wallabies right here, and of course this game will be played at Suncorp Stadium, by the way, in Brisbane. But anyway, let's go on to the Wallabies starting lineup. So of course with the Wallabies we do have the likes of James Slipper at number 1, as well as Falfanga at number 2, and Telion Tupou number 3. So they've made one change, obviously, within the front row with Telion Tupou obviously replacing Alan Toa. So yeah, decent change to say the least. Obviously, I would say it's a like change. Not too much of a difference there, but still like the front row. And yeah, that front row, in my opinion, I would say got bossed at a few times, you could say, within the last match, but they did actually pretty well actually to hold their own and actually won a few decent penalties actually within the scrum. So yeah, credit to them because they were pretty good actually within that first half for sure. So yeah, moving on to the locks, of course, we do the likes of Isaac Rodda at number 4, as well as Matt Phillip at number 5. So again, a decent lock pairing to say the least. And yeah, they really did well. I think this was probably their strongest area actually. That they did actually well within the front row, but I mean within the whole 4 pack, to be honest. So yeah, credit to them actually. I think they did pretty well actually together. But yeah, obviously with the loose four pack, we do the likes of obviously Lachlan Swinton number 6. We do have the likes of Michael Hooper number 7, who of course is the captain of the side. And at number 8, we do have the likes of Rob Valentini. So they've made an unchanged loose forward pack there, which I wouldn't say surprising, but I would have liked to see kind of some new additions in there. But fair enough, I'm not going to really complain too much about that because they were all 3 of them were brilliant, especially Hooper. I thought he really stood his own within that game. But yeah. Anyway, moving on to the back line, of course, for the Wallabies, we do have the likes of Nick White at number 9 this time, with of course Quade Cooper at number 10. So of course this is another change within this side, of course, for the Wallabies, as he's replacing Tate McDermott actually for this game, obviously from the previous game. So yeah, it should be interesting to see if Nick White can bring his his experience, you could say, early on within this game, or if that will have too much of an impact. We'll have to wait and see. But of course, with the central combination, we do the likes of Samu Karevi at number 12, as well as Ikatal at number 13. So I like the combination. I think that it did pretty well actually against the Springboks, I'd say, last week. In particular, Samu Karevi, he's just brilliant really for the Wallabies. So yeah. Hopefully he can keep up his form because he's done very well within all the games he's actually played against the All Blacks and Springboks currently. So yeah, pretty well from him. Obviously, for the winger point of view, we do the likes of Mariko Corbetti at number 11, as well as Andrew Kellaway at number 14. So again, they've done very well, I'd say, for the Wallabies from the last few games. So hopefully they're able to keep it up. I do believe was it Kellaway got it? Yeah, Kellaway got a try obviously against the only try against the Springboks last week. So yeah, he's doing well so far. So yeah, got to give him credit. So yeah, credit to him obviously. But yeah, obviously with the last position we do have the likes of Tom Banks. I thought he was very influential, I'd say, within the last week's game. He was really good in actually controlling the ball, and also in territory rise. His kicks were very good, and actually I believe he got one kick which was 50-22. So he actually did pretty well in that area. But other than that, yeah, solid as normal. Anyway, we'll move on towards the Springboks lineups right now. So here, of course, is the Springboks lineup. So I'll run it by you guys right now, and I'll give my prediction straight afterwards. So, of course, with the Springboks, we do have some changes in here, which is obviously a good thing to see, obviously, from a Springbok point of view, as you kind of expect it. But yeah, with the number 1, obviously, we do have the likes of Trevor Inkanye, obviously replacing Stephen Klitschko, which is a big call to make, but Inkanye actually made some decent you could say he's been on some decent form recently. Obviously, coming back from the Pumas game as well as against the Lions, he was very good against the Lions in that tour. So I can definitely see why they're kind of going with him instead of Klitschko for this game. But yeah, we do have likes of Imbo Nombi, of course, at number 2, as well as Mal Herb at number 3. So yeah, solid front row facilities and should really challenge this Wallabies front row. In my opinion, I think they'll have a similar outcome in the sense where they win most of the scrums, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Of course, with the lock pairing, we do have the likes of, Etzebeth at number 4, but we do have a new addition in the side with the likes of Aurier coming out at number 5, which is a good thing to see, but of course, this is due to Diego obviously getting that injury during the game, so it's understandable why Aurier is obviously coming in. And I like Aurier. He's a really solid pick, obviously. He's a good player, obviously, for the Sharks. And yeah, he's done pretty well, obviously, to come into this starting lineup. So yeah, Really excited to see what he can actually bring towards this Springbok lock combo. But yeah, obviously with the loose forwards, we do the likes of Kolisi at number 6, who of course is the captain for the Springboks. At number 7, we do have the likes of Franco Mostert at number 7. The number 8, of course, we have the main man, Dwayne Vermeulen. So yeah, very excited to see what he can do. Obviously, I'll be honest, he wasn't really in the game as much as I wanted him to be, but it's one of those where you kind of expect that as it's his first game back in a while. So yeah, it's one of those which I can understand why he wasn't too much in the game, but hopefully we see more of him obviously within this game for sure. So now moving on towards the back line for the Springboks. So for the number 9-10 combination, we do have the likes of Flatherkirk and Pollard once again. Obviously, there was a lot of questionability over Pollard if he wasn't start once again. I mean, in my eyes, I think he should start every single time. But obviously, this is due to his kicking form recently. He hasn't been the best, which it normally is. So I can definitely see why questions were raised. But Pollard is one of the best, top 3 flyers in the world. So there's no point in switching out, really, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, moving on towards the centres, we do have the likes of Damien Delende at 12, as well as Lucanio Am at number 13. So again, the standard combination and should do pretty well against the Wallabies. Should be a good challenge actually to see Lucanio Am and Delende versus Karevi in particular. But yeah, should be interesting to see what happens there. Of course, with the wingers, we do have the likes of Mpimpy at number 11, as well as Nkosi at number 14. So again, they should do pretty well. In my opinion, I think they did pretty well actually against the Wallabies. The wingers was one of the actually strong points, I'd say, from a Springbok point of view. Actually did pretty well actually to stretch the ball towards the wing. So for that reason, I'm actually pretty excited to see what they can actually bring towards this game. Of course, with the number 15 position, we do have the likes of Willie Leroux. So again, another great player and who brings a lot of experience. And I think he had a very good game actually for the Springboks. I think both 15s last game had a good game. So for that reason, not too much criticism towards him really. I hope he has a good game really for the Springboks, because he always gives you that 7 out of 10 performance, I think. So yeah, well, solid option for the Springboks to have within this game. Yeah, other than that, that's kind of it. Obviously, with both lineups, if I had to say who actually wins this game and give my prediction for this game, I would say the Springboks will come back into this game. So for that reason, I do believe they'll win this game. I'll say 27 points to 21. Yeah, I'll say 27 points to 21 is my final prediction for this game. But yeah, other than that, I hope you guys have a good day. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you guys next time.